For today's Two Brew Tuesday, we're out in the man cave. Hello, my beer drinking friends, and welcome to another Two Brew Tuesday. I'm your host, Andy, and today we are out in the garage, otherwise known as the man cave. And we've got a couple of beers today from Refuge Brewery. These guys are based in Temecula. It's a little east-north of San Diego proper. They've been brewing since 2012. They have a big influence towards the Belgian side. They try to combine a lot of Belgian styles with a little bit of American style. Really great brewery. We were actually just down there on our way back from the Southern California Homebrew Festival and made a quick stop in there. And we got a couple of beers here to try from them. So first up, in that Belgian style, is their Blood Orange Wit beer. So this is a sort of a Belgian wit style, but they actually use some blood orange juice. I believe they use about 200 pounds of oranges in every batch. So let's pour this guy in a glass and see what we've got here. So obviously the blood orange is not really providing any color to this beer, but it is, you know, a nice pale yellow color, a bit of haziness. Obviously it's a wit beer, so it's got some yeast in suspension. Pretty good size, white fluffy head. Okay, so definitely I'm getting that orange from the beer. I imagine they're probably also using a little bit of coriander, which is pretty traditional in a wit beer. That's also going to reinforce that orange smell. I'm also getting a strong wheat character to the beer. Obviously it's a wit, so it's got to have some wheat malt. And a little bit of a crackeriness, probably some Pilsner malt. That's really nice. The orange flavor really comes through when you taste the beer. It's got just a ton of that citrusy character to it. Really quite good. Yeah. Pretty refreshing beer. It's definitely on the lower alcohol. I believe this one checks in right at 5%. This is definitely a perfect summer kind of beer. So yeah, that's awesome. So next up, we're moving on to their Grapefruit IPA. Seems to be a pretty popular trend these days. A lot of people throw in different fruits into an IPA. Obviously IPA is the biggest selling category of craft beer, and so a lot of people are trying fruits. I'm kind of in a mixed bag on a lot of those fruit IPAs. I think a lot of times it really just distracts from the beer, but grapefruit is kind of just like the natural and the one that I think makes the most sense, because a lot of the hops that are used in an IPA are going to have sort of that grapefruit character. So I think it's actually the one choice that I would actually agree with. So let's pour this guy in a glass. All right, we've got a nice gold colored beer. It's got excellent clarity. It's got a big, thick white head. Obviously, there's a lot of bubbles going through here, so it's pretty highly carbonated. Wow. So on this guy, I'm definitely getting a huge hop punch right up front. Very dank, pine, resiny, followed by the citrusy characters and a little bit of that grapefruit. So it's definitely an IPA. I'm getting a ton of bitterness. And then again, the malt is kind of staying in the background, although I do get a little bit of a caramel sweetness to this beer. But then it's, you know, it's all about that citrus, the pine, the resin, and of course the grapefruit. I mean, it definitely has that grapefruit peel kind of aroma and flavor. Finish on the beer is fairly dry, so it's definitely not, even it has the caramel sweetness to it. It doesn't linger on the tongue, so, you know, with that bitterness and all those hops, it really cleans up at the end. That's really refreshing. So those are our 2 beers for 2 Brew Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to give us a thumbs up down there. Don't forget you can also subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our other content. I mentioned last week we are still putting together our festival video from the Southern California Homebrew Festival. And this weekend actually we're going down to Angel City Brewery where I'm working with them on a beer that's going to be released for Beer Week. And yeah, so until next week everybody, cheers!